Afternoon, good evening. This is Carla from Rehan Allahwala's World of Connections, and today I am here to speak to Abid Solangi from Hyderabad, Sindh, and we're going to be talking about his life, his work, and his passions. And I believe he's a broadcaster, he's a musician. We'll find out more about him in a moment. I want to introduce to you the thought that this show is sponsored by the Institute of Peace, which is an online organization promoting peace one conversation at a time. Having said that, Abid, can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you, Carla. This is Abid Solangi. Like you introduced me, and I belong to a very little town of Sindh province of Pakistan. That is, center of Sindh province. And actually, I'm living at the moment in Hyderabad, and with multiple jobs. And but the most importantly that you introduced me about my hobbies, my passions. That I like to teach, and I love to play musical instruments. And ever since I was born, I started to, playing music from my childhood. Ever since I saw my parents, saw my father playing with the musical instruments, so it has been my passion from my childhood. So I don't ever have words really where to start from. So I'm a musician, I'm a painter, I'm a broadcaster, I'm a teacher. Carla, there are many things to explore and to tell you, but over to you. If you keep on asking the question, I'll be responding.
I want to know more about you. Where were you born?
It is a small town called Haridan town. Haridan, it's in the district North Sheriff, and it's culturally rich, and the people are very simple there. Actually, it is an agricultural land, fertile land of Sindh, situated on the left side of the river Indus.
And you said you're living in Hyderabad. What made you move to Hyderabad?
Well, ever since I completed my graduation, I moved and shifted in the cultural hub of, activities, and Hyderabad is called one of the educational hub of, Sindh, where the universities, where the alma mater, where the education and the culture is rich in Hyderabad, because it joins many of the communities in Hyderabad. And the purpose to shift in Hyderabad was to acquire higher education. As soon as I got the graduation degree, I started studying in media and communications, and I did my master's. And luckily, I secured first position in my master's in 2008. And after 2008, I got the job in broadcasting house of Pakistan. And from childhood, I've been, very fond of different things, especially teaching and music as well.
Now, when you went to the university, what was your major field of study?
Well, it's interesting question, as my subject was media and communication, though I had been already exposed in media, I had been working in media channels and broadcasting channels as well. I just introduced myself first of all as a musician, because I used to play the piano, the keyboard, along with my father. My father is also a teacher. Luckily, I'm really proud to be the son of the teacher and a musician as well. So I was exposed in the media as well before. So exposing myself in media before joining the university led me to take the admission in media and communication department, University of Sindh Jamshoro. So it really was appalling. It really enthralled me to take admission in media and communication since ever it was my favorite subject. So being a good communicator, I started taking admission several times, but luckily I was successful in getting admission in 2008 and 2007, and did my master's in 2008. So overall subject was media and communication.
Now, did you do all of your education in Sin, or did you go abroad at all?
Well, I've been trying, since
Do me a
2014 to get
favor
admission
and
countries, especially.
do me a favor, Abid.
Sorry.
I need you to speak a little slower.
Okay, it is in my habit to speak faster. Okay, I'm
I
trying
know,
to do.
but I
Okay.
need you to do it so my audience understands, and so I
Okay, sorry.
really understand too.
Okay, Carla. I'm trying my best because I've been
You're doing
very
your
fast
best,
speaker. I don't know. Thank you very much.
Abid.
Well,
You need,
actually, okay,
I
madam.
need you to
Okay,
understand that the sounds and
okay.
the sounds are
Slower.
different. I need you to listen to me.
Okay, okay,
I need you to understand that the
okay.
sound, if you interrupt me once again, I'm going to end this right away. I need you to
Hmm.
listen. The sounds are different in Urdu than they are in English. In order to speak clearly to me, for me to speak clearly to you, I slow down my speech. For me to understand you, I need you to do the same thing. I'm so sorry, but it's necessary. So just slow down a
Okay.
little. Thank you. Go on.
Okay, I forgot the question.
Oh, very simple question. Did you go to
Yeah.
school all in Pakistan,
No.
or did you go to some other country?
Hmm. So far, I have not been able to get admission in any foreign country. And ever since I completed my master's in 2008, I joined Broadcasting House. But along with that, I never stopped teaching as well. I have been teaching English language since 2003. So I haven't been provided with an opportunity to study abroad, but willing to do that in future very soon.
Okay. Where did you study your English? Your English is very good. You just need to slow down a little. Go on.
Okay, Carla, thank you. Actually, I'm really excited whenever I just speak to any foreigner, especially American or British people or Australian. So I've been very, speaking very fast with those people. But okay, it's good as well to speak slower today. Well, so I learned English from many sources. I learned it from my father, from my uncle who lives in America as well, and I learned it through many uh, radio stations. I used to listen to Voice of America as well when I was a child. So still I have been listening Voice of America and through many sources and by teaching as well.
Where do you teach English?
Well, I teach, sometimes I used to teach home tuitions and in schools and colleges, wherever I was blessed with an opportunity to teach.
Are you teaching in a school now?
Well, at the moment, I am teaching, as a part-time when I get back from broadcasting house. So I start teaching after 5 p.m. in the evening. So I teach in different institutes as well. I've been
No.
offered, to teach IELTS and English language as well.
Oh, and who do you basically work with? You said you worked in a broadcast company.
Uh, it's yes,
Tell
it's
me
a
a little
broadcasting
about
house. It's
that.
Pakistan. It is a Pakistan broadcasting house. Generally, we call it a Radio Pakistan, the mother media of Pakistan, where I love to be the part of the team of Broadcasting House, where I took the interview of Rehan Allahwala very recently. And that is very memorable interview ever since I took his interview.
What did you learn in that interview?
Well, I learned that it's very difficult to take an interview of the great personality like Rehan Allahwala, a
Why?
personality that I have been dreaming to take interview. So I was very lucky, and I was shivering at that time what questions to be asked from that personality. So really, I learned a lot rather than asking question. It was a really, uh, you know, uh, kind of great session for me rather than an interview. It really paved ways for success, say ways of success for me. It was a really a memorable interview. Wish I could take another interview.
If it was so memorable, can you tell me something you learned? Something important.
The very important thing that, as far as I remember from the interview of Rehan was that a commitment with self is far greater than other things, because Rehan told about his story of success, that he was very committed to his work. He did not leave the things unsolved until they were solved by him, and he he was very motivational and inspirational personality. Believe me, Carla.
Okay. How what how was he inspirational? What did you learn that inspired you?
Well, it is said that first look is a great inspiration. When you look to the person, all of a sudden, it is said the first look of a person is the great impression. Having seen for the very first time to Mr. Rehan Allahwala, it had a great impression on me directly by his appearance, by his way of talking, way of communication, the way he impressed me by his talks, by his justifications, and it looked like that he came to me in order to give me the ways of success, and he really introduced. Not himself, but he introduced me to the world. He came up with many of the solutions. It was really a great day for me. So in many ways, he threw a great impression not only on me, on my friends and my colleagues as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah, sure, really.
Is your broadcast company a very big one in Pakistan?
Yeah, it's a national broadcasting service. It's a
Oh,
national broadcasting
wow.
service. Government. Yeah,
And how long have you been
like BBC.
like
I
what?
have been working here, like BBC. This is PBC, Pakistan Broadcasting Corporation,
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah.
And how long have you been working with them?
Well, ever since I completed my master's degree in 2008, I started working over there, and have been composing music there, and have been broadcasting many of the programs there. I've been making documentaries, features, dramas. I'm a senior producer there.
You met who?
I mean, I used to make documentaries, and I have been making documentaries, features, for audio broadcasting.
And um what kind can you give me an example of one of your documentaries you've done?
Like, yep, yep. Like, I have made documentaries on culture of Sindh, on community broadcasting. I have been focusing on the efforts of youth in promoting education and business as well. And I have been conducting many of the interviews of youth, especially females who have been working uh, in promoting the education and life skills in far-flung areas of Sindh, especially where the education is rare. So I have been highlighting those issues in my programs as well. I'll be
Education.
sending you the link of those programs.
Well, you can send
There
it
seems to be an internet problem.
when we put this, when we're finished. Why don't you put it
Mhm.
in the chat on Facebook so others can also see it? It's very nice you're sending it to
Okay.
me, but I want everyone to know about you.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Sure. Definitely. 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 So, you like I told you, to highlight the talent of our community. I have been conducting those programs. Like there's a children program I have been conducting. I have been introducing the younger talent through my programs. So, like a broadcaster, I do everything there.
Wow. How many people work in that broadcast? Broad. I can't get
like
it out.
like I mentioned earlier, it's a national broadcasting house, and there are many of the stations. And this is one of the station of the national stations, like many other stations working around the country. So there are more than 30 to 40 stations. So there
Wow.
are about 200 people, including different staff who has been supporting us,
And you like it.
like engineers, administrations. Yeah, thank you, thank you.
And you said you're a musician too. Tell me a little about that.
Yep, I am. Well, when I was 5 year old, I have been playing keyboard and then piano, then harmonium, and I was really inspired by my father and my grandfather. Though they were not the professional musician, but it was their passion In the free time, they used to bring some musical instrument, and they left those instruments in the home. And all of a sudden, I just jumped over there and started playing without having known a single word. And I started playing those, instruments. So one day, my father caught me red-handed while playing the piano. So he was very, happy to find me playing the piano with a good tune and some of the national tunes. So he was very happy. So he just allowed me to play the piano in public. So overall, I mean to say to you, when I was 7 years old, I started playing the piano.
Wow. And what is one of your favorite pieces to play? Is there a piano nearby?
Not at the moment. Uh, I have just left it somewhere else. It is very heavy to carry out. I cannot carry
Oh,
it
I
out
know.
with me. But sometimes, I play the guitar. So it's a portable. Guitar is a portable, but unluckily, I haven't, the guitar at the moment. Some other day, I will be playing for audience and for you as well.
I would love to hear you play. What is your favorite type of music?
I would love. Well, I because I'm a musician, I play the instrument. So I love to play any kind of a music. Sometimes, I play cultural folk songs of our community. Sometimes, I perform in national programs. I play the national music. Sometimes the romantic music. So it's about the situation. I just enthrall myself and just my transform myself into the situation. When I'm sad, I start playing sad songs. When I'm happy, I start, playing very, happy songs. When I'm just, there are many sensational, tunes I started playing. That, goes along with the situation.
Now, do you sing also?
I left singing when I took admission in university. I'm sorry. So I left singing and I just, in order to pay full attention to my education. So I left. People do not have much time to carry both of the passions, singing, playing, and education. Right? So my father still forces me to start singing because singing is a great thing. So I'm hoping that in the future maybe I can start singing very soon. But that seems very impossible until my audience forces me to, or request me to speak to sing. You know, it depends on how well prepared you are, how is your practice.
Do you like to sing cultural songs or jazz, or what kind of songs do you like to
Yeah,
sing?
like I tell you, cultural, especially the folk songs. But sometimes I used to sing Hollywood songs as well, like Titanic song. That was my first ever song of Hollywood when I started playing on the piano. So everybody was surprised that you start speaking, or you started playing the Western music. I loved it.
Can you sing a song for me?
Sure, sure. So if you mm, 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 okay, can I sing the Titanic song?
I don't care. I just want you to sing a song for me. Sing it. Sing one of your favorite songs.
Okay. So, trying to sing. Can you wait a bit in order to find some of the lyrics?
I I am not a singer at all. Tell me what
Well, Carla,
sing a pretty song.
okay. So, okay, the song is from the movie Titanic, and I'm going to sing it for you, for my audience. Can I?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Okay. Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you go on. For across the distance and spaces between us, you have come to show you go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Well, I could just sing a few lines for you, and we'll be singing more.
Yeah,
Well,
but
how was that?
it was wonderful.
Well, actually, Carla, I am not feeling well. My throat is sore now, and I have a little bit cough, so I cannot sing it more. I'm really sorry. I could have sung more lines for you.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. Do you have a
Thank you.
family?
Thank you. So nice.
Do you have a
So, yeah, I
family?
have family. Yeah, I have a little kid, 5 year old, and a wife.
And where is your wife now?
Well, she lives just a few kilometers far away, and I just left her today because I had to join another company with my friends. I'm outside of my home tonight, and so I'll be back tomorrow morning.
And your wife, I'm sure, is missing you. How old is your daughter?
No, I don't have a daughter. I have a son.
Oh,
I have a son. My son is 5 year old, and he'll be going
ah,
to school very soon.
does he like to sing?
Yeah, he loves to play. Even he loves to play the piano, and I have provided two musical instruments to him, and he just follows my passion as well. He has seen me playing the piano in my studio, so he loves to play as well,
Wow,
like my father. I followed my father, and so does my son. He follows me back.
that's great. So you live with
Thank you,
your
Carla.
wife and your son, and that's wonderful.
Yeah, I love.
But
Sorry, the last word I couldn't hear.
I said, that's great. And I said, do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have two brothers and four sisters, and but they live far away from me. They live far away from me. They live where I was born.
Now, are you the oldest in the family or the youngest?
No, I'm the oldest one. I'm the first ever child of my parents.
Wow.
Thank you.
What would you like to tell me that makes you happy?
Well, Carla, being an artist, I'm an artist. Things are very undescribable that makes me happy sometimes. It depends upon the situation. I'm an artist, and I love an artistic things. I love to find myself in a place where there's music, where there's peace, environment, and greenery, and the good people you're surrounded by me, and I love to stay in that place, especially where the art and the music is respected as well.
That's so nice. Do you have any words that you would like to leave our audience with?
Uh, Lastly, but not the final words, and that I would like to say to my audience and everybody that work hard and be philanthropist, try to help out the poor, try to help out the needy people, and in hard times, do not leave the needy people, especially. So I could have talked more on that, but that's all for now. You know,
Are you
anything to
sure
be
before I
told, then
end
I
the
can.
show? I want
Sure.
to I want to thank you for coming and speaking with me. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been fun.
Really, I did. I did. Yeah,
Great,
I really enjoyed a lot.
great. And I hope we get to speak again. This show, like all of the shows, as I said in the beginning, is sponsored by the Institute of Peace, which is an online organization promoting peace, one conversation at a time. As we get to know each other, we begin to feel more comfortable speaking with each other, and it will create a peaceful world. Can we wave goodbye? Can you wave with me?
Yeah. Bye bye. See you very
Bye
soon.
bye, everyone. Thank
Bye
you
bye.
for
Bye
watching.
bye. Thank you.
Thank you for talking to me. And we are